All right, Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for May 18th through the 24th. My name is Athen. So let's go ahead and look at your chart for this week. We've got a new moon happening right on Monday, right at the beginning of the week. So there's this freshness of the week at the beginning. And then as the week unfolds, more and more energy will start to, of course, come up. But, the new moon is always a reflective time. A time where there's changes, there's new beginnings, and that's exactly what we want to do. This week, though, is a very reflective week. We've got Mercury going retrograde, a lot of oppositions this week, which I'll talk about, and of course, in the early part, this new moon. So this new moon is happening right on the cusp between your 5th house and your 6th house, which you've already had a new moon in your 5th house last lunar cycle. So this has been about your self-expression, creativity, enjoyment of life, your zest, anything that puts a smile on your face, basically, or anything that you create. So it's through that 5th house that you're going to have this other new moon, but it's a little bit different. Okay, so it might be relating to those same things, but it's more in relation to the 6th house energy, because it's going to be pulling on it, especially because you've already got these other planets in your 6th house also. So the 6th house is about improvement. It's about self-improvement in particular, growth, helping others improve, and taking care of your health and things like that, or maybe even developing crafts. Because if you guys did get involved with anything that was creative or a new creation, whether it's entrepreneurship, a new business, painting or art or anything like that, the 6th house is where we refine the 5th house things. We get better at it. We learn to work with it more and really solidify it and ground it and implement it into the daily experience. So if it is just self-expression, this is also where you get more grounded and more practical with it also. So whatever that's been, that's going to be more of this energy is in that 6th house improvement sector, and you'll definitely feel that as the week unfolds, because the sun's going to go in there early in the week, and then the lunar cycle is going to become more and more illuminated from that 6th house. So that's going to be the energy of the new moon for the new beginnings for the next lunar cycle. So reflecting on this in the early part is certainly going to be the key. Now, Mercury is also retrograde, going retrograde Monday and Tuesday. So like I'm saying, it's very, very reflective, very low-key week. And here you're reflecting on, again, these 6th house matters of improvement and health and routine. You've already perhaps been very motivated by these things with Mars here. You've already been thinking about them, or maybe they've been on your mind. And so now the key here is over the next few weeks, be willing to restructure maybe the routine, maybe the organization, the daily activities, the things relating to, again, your growth and improvement. So that's exactly what we want to do, because Mercury retrograde is a time of learning. It's a time of reflection, but it's through the experiences that we learn. And there's one element to Mercury retrogrades for you Sagittarians in particular, is that Mercury rules your 7th house and your 10th house. So this is things relating to relationships and career and work. So I think those two areas in particular, as they always are during a Mercury retrograde, will be the reflective elements also. Perhaps how you can, in this sense, 6th house, improve relationships or improve the work side of things or career side of things with that Mercury retrograde. So as you can see here, and he's going to be stationed here in the early part, Monday and Tuesday. So it's really just this pause, reflection. Then as the week unfolds, putting more and more energy towards the 6th house and even a little bit of that 5th house. Those 5th house matters also. But keeping things nice and balanced, because we do have a lot of oppositions, well, too, and they're both very important. Thursday and Friday, we have Venus opposing up to Pluto here from your 7th house. So first of all, with Pluto in your guys' first, you guys are transforming. A lot of you over the past many years have been transforming. Maybe it's been relating to your self-image or your goals, your drives, your ambitions, your assertiveness, stepping into your power when balanced and appropriate. So these things that have been restructuring in your life are now opposing up to these enjoyments that perhaps you've had and will continue to have this week and for the next couple weeks with Venus in your 7th house, which is about connecting to your relationships, enjoying relationships, again, improving relationships. She rules your 6th. And this is maybe even relating to friends too, connecting to friends, because she rules your 11th. So whatever it is, the key here is, of course, balance, and just be willing to structure and change anything in that 7th house matter. Again, maybe relating to friends or your self-improvement, things like that. And then you'll be in flow with this Pluto energy, because Pluto is always stripping away our attachments. And that's exactly what we want to do. If we're willing to make change and we aren't attached to that particular area, for you mostly the 7th house, then in that way we're more willing to make change because we're not attached, and then the changes no longer happen to us, or at least they don't seem like they're happening to us, we're the agent of that change, because it is a time for there to be some restructuring here. And it doesn't have to be intense, doesn't have to be serious, so long as we're willing to make the change. And that's the changes that usually we know we need to make on some level, because that's just the nature of Pluto. If we really look deep enough, the answer is there. But any changes is great, and that'll be certainly assisting you with those 7th house matters. Again, this is all relationships. It's also just how you relate to others on that one-on-one way. Now, Friday and Saturday, and over this weekend, we've got the Sun opposing up to Saturn. Now, this is a little bit more of an energy we're accustomed to, because we already had Mars and Mercury go over Saturn. But here again, patience, pragmatism, thinking in the big picture. That's all relating to these 6th house matters. Saturn has been showing you the importance of your 12th house, which is about spirituality, connecting to, God or spirit or the universe, however you see that, and taking things very slowly and seriously, and building foundations there, making sure you're getting enough rest and relaxation, how important that is. So that Saturnine energy, all that discipline that's been working in that 12th house, is going to be aspecting the 6th. So whatever it is you're, redoing or reworking on, or just working on in general with this day-to-day or self-improvement stuff, be willing to take it slow, be patient with it, and in that way you'll have a tremendous amount of the Saturn energy to be utilized towards your self-expression. And the Sun rules your 9th house. So it's very much relating to, who you Sagittarians are in general, which is about the expansion, the optimism, the big picture, philosophy, spirituality, all those things. Take nice and slow, and then in that way, you'll be utilizing this Saturn transit. Now, also over the weekend, Friday through Sunday, we have Mars trining up to the North Node. So this whole year has been about, at least there's been this flow for you in regards to these work matters, career matters, legacy, all these 10th house related things. So whether you've been feeling this personally or not, this whole year is for you to grow and improve the work or career sector, or your public sector in some way, or your legacy. And so all of that is very supported this weekend with Mars trining up to that. And that area, your 10th house, is supporting all of this 6th house, day-to-day, health, whatever it is for you, stuff regarding the 6th house over the weekend. So a really good weekend for both, I would say. I think you'll learn a lot about it with that Mercury retrograde. I think it'll unlock a lot of motivation, etc. So very good week, also relating to the 10th house. So, Sagittarius, I hope you guys have a nice week. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check out masteringzodiac.com, or if you'd like a personal session, and I will see you all next time. Take care.